I got my mission call, and I didn't have very much time after that. I know a lot of people have maybe 2, 3 months. I got my call, and I was supposed to report 6 weeks later, and I was like, okay, I gotta get everything ready to go, and so it really became apparent that all the preparation that I was supposed to do for mission was supposed to have been before. And so I guess I would just say to anyone else, like, make sure you're ready. When you start putting your papers in, and I mean way before that. Years before when you're thinking about your mission, make sure you're preparing just the little daily stuff. Just that scripture study, prayer every single day. And that's what really makes the difference. I feel like in having that testimony, ready to bear it to people, to hundreds of thousands of strangers. On your mission. The MTC was fantastic. I spent 12 weeks there, and it got really boring. But I would say if you're going rush speaking, you're gonna be spending a lot of time there too in the MTC. So, I mean, the point is just to make the most of it. It can get really like long, and after like the 8th week, it's like, oh my gosh, I have another month, and I heard they changed it, so maybe it's a little shorter now, but it's still a long time. But I think what really helped me was, making good friends with the people in the MTC, and we all really supported each other. Kind of came like a cool brother sisterhood, while we were there. I was blessed with really good teachers, and I always tried to apply what they said, even while they're in the MTC. And I know a lot of times people, you go into the trainings and be like, oh, well, it's just a training. But I can testify if you treat those like real missionary experiences, you're going to be that much more prepared for the mission field. Going in, you can see that they're probably when you're going to teach someone the MTC, you can see that, oh, they're just an RM, from BYU who's pretending to be a Russian or something. And sometimes there were real Russians there, and it'd throw you for a loop if you weren't prepared. And so going into those experiences thinking, I'm going to do this as if I were in the mission right now, that made a huge difference, I feel like. So the thing, I remember I was teaching and I was supposed to say, you need to quit smoking, and the word for smoking and chicken are very similar in Russian. So I said, you need to quit chicken, and they gave me a really funny look. So I repeated myself, of course, like any good missionary, and I probably told them 3 or 4 times to quit chicken, and everyone had a good laugh about that afterwards. But that's why you're there, is just to learn. So don't ever feel like embarrassed or like inadequate because you don't know how to speak Russian in 3 weeks. So just keep going. The Lord will always provide. He always blesses you with the gift of tongues if you're willing to accept it. So.